Hey guys, and welcome to the Gilded Prophecy raid guide. The first boss is Anrak. This is a two-phase fight. As always, I will first explain the different mechanics of the fight and then go over the fight itself. Please make sure you have the annotations activated on this YouTube video. Since not all mechanics will be happening on every difficulty, I will add an annotation next to every mechanic I explain to tell you what mechanic to expect on easy, normal or hard mode. We use the following raid setup: 2 tanks, a Chloromancer, a Liberator, an Oracle and a Harp Archon. The enrage time has 7 minutes. The fight has the following mechanics. The boss will cast Sandstorm. This is a 5-second cast. Everyone needs to be in the blue AoE. When the cast is over, you need to stay in melee for 1 more second before you can go out again. I-Beam. This will always be cast on a ranged player. It will do high damage to the target and also radiate damage around him, so he needs to move away from other players. If it's cast on a non-tank, you should use a tank intercept on that player. The boss will apply Brittle on the tank. This is a tank swap mechanic. Swap on 3 stacks. Vicious Tail Strike. This is a frontal one-shot AoE. Nobody can be in front of the boss at that point. He will cast Spines of Earth. Every player will be surrounded by a yellow bubble and take damage during this channel. You need to be spread out for this. If you touch someone else's bubble, you will take double ticks. This cast has a 3-second precast, and the cast itself is 6 seconds. The boss will buff himself with Earthen Improvement. This buff will make him gain stacks of Earthen Rage every 10 seconds. To remove this buff, you need to deal 5 million damage to the boss. Earthen Rage will increase the boss's damage done by 3% per stack. These will remain for the whole fight. He will cast Swarm of Anrak. This will summon 3 adds on a random player. This needs to be tanked and killed. If you don't kill them fast enough, they will start to apply stacks of Brittle on the tank on every attack. When the boss is below 45%, phase 2 will start. A green gas cloud will spawn and you will need to rotate AoE cleanses. 2 players will get a dot at the same time, and this will happen 4 times in a row. This dot does a lot of damage and needs to be cleansed very quickly. The boss will cast Explosive Venom on a player. He will get a green bubble around him and will take damage over time. This needs to be dispelled quickly. If it doesn't get cleansed, the player will explode, dealing heavy damage to himself and players inside the bubble. The boss will cast Bond of Earth. This will spawn an AoE underneath him. Anyone standing in this AoE will get the buff Bond of Earth, reducing damage taken by 20%, but this also applies to the boss. The tank needs to move the boss out of the AoE and tank the boss while standing in it. Okay, so these are all the mechanics. Let's go kill the Scorpion. Before you pull, have everyone pick a personal spot where they go when they need to spread out. Pull the boss and face him away from the raid. Sandstorm, this is the stacking mechanic. Go into blue and stay 1 second longer after the cast is done. You can now see the first stack of Brittle applied on me. Swap on 3 stacks. Spines of Earth, everyone needs to spread out and the healers needs to keep up the AoE healing. I-Beam, this will always go on a ranged player and the player will deal damage around himself. If it's cast on a non-tank, you should use a tank intercept on that player. You can now see that the boss gained the Earthen Improvement buff. Again, this buff will make him gain a stack of Earthen Rage every 10 seconds. And to remove this buff, you have to deal 5 million damage to the boss. 3 stacks with tank swap. You can see 5 million damage has been done. The Earthen Improvement buff is now gone. During that time, the boss has gained 2 stacks of Earthen Rage. Sandstorm, stacking blue. Again, Tail Strike, don't be in front. The easiest way to deal with the I-Beam mechanic is the tank that is not tanking should always be staying in range. The rest of the raid should always be stacked on the boss. That way the I-Beam will always be cast on the tank standing outside. He's now casting Swarm of Anrak. This will spawn 3 adds. Make sure to pick them up and kill them quickly, before they start applying stacks of Brittle. The damage on the tank is heavy when the adds are up, so save your CDs for that. and this is what the Spines of Earth ability looks like when it's actually working. 45%, the last phase starts now. See the emote Anrak flings a bolt of poison? The player gets the green bubble and needs to be dispelled. He is now casting Bond of Earth. This is the damage reducing AoE. Pull the boss out of the AoE and the tank can place himself inside. Here you can see the green poison cloud. Again, you will have to AoE cleanse 4 sets of 2 players. Make sure you do that quickly as this dot does a lot of damage. And this is the whole fight. I will speed this up until the end. I like this fight, even though it's a pretty straightforward fight. It doesn't get boring as more and more mechanics pile up and one mistake can lead to a wipe. And that's it guys, good luck on your kill. As always, I will add the Karuul Alerts that I have for this fight in the video info, so make sure you check that out. And if you want to share my guides in the guide section of the Rift forums or anywhere else, that would be greatly appreciated. And as always guys, thanks for watching.